Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to my Phantom Thread movie review. So, one thing quick about me: my favorite actor in the world is Daniel Day-Lewis, and this movie was directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. And my favorite movie ever of all time is There Will Be Blood, which is the last time that Paul Thomas Anderson worked together with Daniel Day-Lewis, and Daniel Day-Lewis got the Oscar for this. I am gonna say this movie was masterful. Uh, and also relatable. So it's about a fashion designer who meets this woman who he is such a proficient fashion designer that just by looking at this woman he knows what her measurements are, and he sees her as this perfect thing. But much like me, his mother died before his career could take off, so he has these issues because of that, and they start to manifest themselves. And this other girl, like, I mean, come on, he's a world famous fashion designer in Europe. He's designing things for like the Belgian Queen, like European royalty in the 1950s. This movie, it's a romance movie. It's a romance drama. It's a straight up drama that almost becomes a thriller at some points. And Daniel Day Lewis is definitely going to get another Oscar nomination. I don't think he's going to beat out uh, Gary Oldman for his work in Darkest Hour, but I think he's going to get nominated. Definitely. He's my favorite actor. I heard this is his last movie. It would be nice to see him go out with the win. But there's some twists that happen in this movie, and when they happen, the only reason you believe them is because of the previous performances. And again, me as a person, sometimes when you're broken as an individual, the best thing that you need in your life is for someone else to be as broken as you are, but in the opposite way, so that the pieces can fit together like a beautiful puzzle. And aside from Best Actor, I'd like to say Best Supporting Actress, but I don't think so. I think this movie's going to get nominated for three Academy Awards: Best Picture, Best Actor, and Best Costume Design. Definitely Best Costume Design. I'm going to say that one. I would have to go back and look, but off the top of my head, I think this movie is a lock for the Academy Award for Best Costume Design. I would have to go back and look, but 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 obviously a movie about a fashion designer would win. It'd be almost embarrassing not to win. Um, I saw this movie actually in a 70 millimeter presentation at the Landmark Theater in Los Angeles, and they gave me this cool book because I went and saw that presentation. It's got all these cool pictures and hand sketches. Um, yeah, this movie's it's a very masterful film. And this is not a movie for like the blockbuster type people, you know. I love those movies too. I love a cheeseburger, you know. I love the Avengers. It's a very artsy film, but man, I really liked it. This is more like a this isn't a trip, you know, to go and like shut off your brain and be distracted. If you go and see this movie, it's more like a trip to an expensive museum. You know, it's not you don't go see this movie to be like, oh, you know, I want going to see this movie is like, again, like I think I said this about Shape of Water. It's like going to the ballet or going to an expensive art museum. Uh, this movie, man, Paul Thomas Anderson was great, and Daniel Day Lewis. I'm just such a huge fan of his. In my opinion, he is still the best actor in the world. I think he's going to get another nomination off of this, and I will say that on the Star Strider scale, I've already called this movie masterful. I would say, as far as a score, this movie gets a 93. It was a fantastic movie. I'm probably gonna buy it. Uh, I'm such a fan of Daniel Day Lewis. I'm on the fence as to any other of the other female characters are gonna get Best Supporting Actress. Maybe the lady that played his sister. I'm sorry, I don't have it up. I can't remember her name. Um, I also think, you know what? I'm gonna throw in another one. I'm gonna say Paul Thomas Anderson gets nominated for Best Director as well. Anyway, comment, like, and subscribe. And I'd also like to give a special thanks to all you guys. My channel has grown recently thanks to a couple people that just like tuned in and like told everybody about my channel. So I really appreciate that. I'll probably talk about it later in another video, but my channel's doubled in size in like the last month, and thank you so much, all you guys, for just like tuning in and watching. Yeah, man, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.